guys, so today's video is going to be a full face of first impressions from Sephora. I recently went to Sephora and picked up a ton of new goodies and I wanted to try them all out on camera with you guys today so that you guys can get an idea of how they work when used with other products and when they're actually being applied. So if you want to know how to get this look that I have on right now and definitely learn about a ton of new products, like every single thing on my face right now is new, and I'm giving you my first impressions of every single thing that I used, then definitely keep watching this video and I will talk to you guys at the end. Okay guys, so I am all moisturized, did my skincare routine, and we are ready to go. Of course, the first thing we're going to start with is a primer. So the primer that I am going to try out today is the Origins Original Skin Cooling Primer. Kind of like that cooling effect, and also a fun thing about this is it's a whipped, kind of like a mousse texture, I believe. So yeah, we'll see how this does. So I'm just going to put a little bit in my hands like that. So far it does feel really good. And also I think I said the name wrong. This is the Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer. So yeah, it's kind of supposed to target your pores and minimize the look of pores, which is always really nice. And so far, what I'm thinking is that it really feels good on the skin. I love the cooling effect, and it really does minimize the look of pores. It's actually really nice. And you can kind of see it kind of smoothed out my skin and everything, made everything look a little more even than it was before, which is always nice. Next, of course, we need to do foundation, which kind of comes along with another product. I'm going to apply my foundation today with a beauty blender. I went ahead and picked up the Sapphire Beauty Blender during the Sephora sale. Of course, this is no different than any other beauty blender, but you can never have too many beauty blenders, and this color is really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go get this wet, and then we will apply our foundation. Okay, so we went ahead and dampened our beauty blender, and now I'm just going to go in with foundation. So the foundation that I have chosen to try out today is the Lancome, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tint Idol Ultra. Anyways, it's just the ultra long wear foundation that everyone has been saying is really good. It's supposed to be full coverage, up to 24-hour color wear and comfort, transfer resistant, blah blah blah. Got my shade in 330 Bisque, so we will see if that is the right shade. So it comes with a little pump, which is always really nice. So I'm just going to pump a little, probably 2 pumps to start out on the back of my hand, and just go in with the beauty blender. So far, I think this color is pretty good. Okay, so I think we've got it as full coverage as it's going to get. First impressions, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Again, foundation is one of those things that is gonna kind of have to be determined after a few hours to see how it wears on the skin. But just first impressions, I mean, it feels really great on the skin. It feels super lightweight. So if you really like a lightweight foundation, maybe this is for you. I guess, you know, the branding on this product is the long wear aspect of it. So like I said, that's definitely something that I can't really tell right now. But just as far as like how it looks on the skin, I feel like I got a pretty light shade, and it's looking slightly orange on my skin. Which, and on the camera it doesn't really look that way, but in person it kind of does. So I just realized you can see my dog in the background. Isn't he so cute? Love him. But and also it looks a little shiny, and I'm more of a super matte finish girl. So far the color is a little strange, and like I felt like when I first put it on my hand it looked like lighter, and then when I put it on the skin it was like a little orangish. So I don't know if it's like already like oxidizing or what, I'm not sure. But yeah, so far that's my first impressions. Next, what we're going to do is go in with concealer. The concealer that I've picked up to try is the Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Let's open this up and see what we're working with. So yeah, that's what the packaging looks like. I got it in the color Golden Beige. So apparently with this concealer, you can conceal, contour, highlight, and retouch. I got it in my concealer shade, so I'm going to be using it today as an under eye concealer. Let's just go ahead and see the consistency of it. I've heard this be compared a lot to Shape Tape, so we'll see how that compares. Shape Tape is my all-time favorite concealer. It's just amazing. So if this compares and you can get it at Sephora, that's great. So I'm just going to take the wand right out of the bottle and kind of drag it down and up into a triangle shape and fill that in just like that, and do the same on the other side. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer right on my chin and in between my brows, just because those are kind of my problem areas. And then sometimes I have some little scars that show through foundation over here, so I just kind of like to cover those up. So now that we're looking a little crazy, we're going to go in with the same beauty blender on the opposite side and just kind of buff this out. So far, I like the color of this. Once I buff it out, it's like really a nice shade. It's a little bit lighter than the foundation, which is perfect, and it's definitely easily blendable, which is always nice as well. So now for the under eyes. So as I'm applying, as far as a comparison to Shape Tape, I would say the coverage is similar. I'm not sure. For me, it kind of seems like this one is a little more lightweight than Shape Tape. So if you're someone who your under eyes isn't like your biggest problem area of all time and you think Shape Tape is a little smothering kind of, this would be the perfect concealer for you, I think, because it still has that effect of like a really full coverage concealer, but it's not going to completely like put a almost like another layer of skin under your eyes. That's kind of what I feel like Shape Tape does, which for me, I love that because I hate my under eyes. I have really bad circles. You can kind of still see them right now as I'm applying this. So, you know, that's just one of my things. So I personally like Shape Tape a little better so far. So now that we have foundation and concealer done, so far what I'm really noticing is that I kind of look shinier than I like. The next product should be interesting. Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, but it is in their new glow version. So as I said, I'm not typically a glow girl, and especially if I'm already looking shiny, this makes me a little nervous. But we're gonna go ahead and test it out. First of all, the packaging of this is really pretty. They're kind of trying to do the hourglass thing. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of dust this all over my face using my big fluffy Makeup Forever brush. Setting powder is my favorite part of makeup because, like I said, I love to be matte, so my setting powder is everything to me. I usually use just the regular Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, or I've really been liking the hourglass setting powder that they recently came out with. I guess it's not too recent now. So far, I like this. It's not too glowy. It definitely, the places where I was already shiny, it's not really mattifying, but I don't really expect it to, because that's kind of the point of the product, is it's supposed to be a glowy sort of finish. So I think what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and bake a little bit with a regular translucent setting powder. This is just my hourglass. The only reason I'm doing this is because I'm really not liking the way certain areas of my face look. That's what we're gonna go ahead and do. And as far as everything else though, I really actually did like the Laura Mercier Glow powder, especially if you're someone who likes that dewy sort of glowy finish. While that is setting, we're gonna do brows. So I have been wanting to try out new brow products forever now. Currently, really all I use is the Anastasia brow definer. So I picked up a lot of brow products, so we're gonna see what we end up using today. First of all, I got a new brow brush. This is just the Anastasia dual ended whatever brow brush. It just has a little end like that right there, and then if you flip it around, it just has a spoolie. And then I got 3 different brow products. So I've heard really good things about the Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder, so I wanted to pick that up and give it a go. Never tried the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, so I wanted to give this a try because I'm not happy with the way my brows have been looking lately, so I figured why not. And lastly, I needed a clear brow gel, and I've never really had one, so I went ahead and picked up the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So we're gonna see kind of what we come up with today. I think I'm going to start out with the Dip Brow Pomade and kind of do the outline and that, and then maybe we will go in with the powder on the inner corners and then set everything with the clear brow gel. So first I'm just going to brush out my brows. As you can see, I have pretty like thin brows, so I do have that natural arch, but they're thin and sparse, and yeah, we don't like them, so we're gonna fix them. So I'm just going to start with very light strokes. Okay, so we kind of have the basic shape, and I'm gonna go in with just the tip of this brush. So far I think that looks okay. Now we have the Foolproof Benefit Powder. I'm just going to go in with the lighter shade right in the front and go in with the same brush and just kind of make some light strokes here at the front. Okay, so I think that brow is okay for now. Now I'm just going to do the other one off camera and I will be right back. So we have our brows done, and first impressions on all of these products. So first of all, Dip Brow Pomade I really like, but I will say it is very easy to get carried away with, and I could sit here for hours like being like, oh well, let's do this. So like here I am right now. You really have to, I don't know, you have to kind of know what you're doing and not get carried away, and also be pretty good at blending the brows out. This one looks pretty good. This one's kind of struggling a little bit, so I'm not sure what happened here. The powder, I think I would have to kind of use it on its own to kind of really give you a full first impression. Right now I think it's pretty good. I will say it didn't, like, sometimes when you apply powders to your brows, they kind of wipe away anything that you've already done. I will say it did not do that, which I was very happy about. So I think so far thumbs up. As far as the brow gel, I have not tried it yet. Self-explanatory. It makes the brows look a little more natural, which is really nice. Because mine were looking not natural at all. So we needed to add a little bit of life back into them. Especially right here in the front. This is really good to kind of get a little bit more definition on those hairs in the front. Okay, now we are done with the kind of base of our face. Let's go ahead and wipe off this bake that I've had going on. So yeah, now is the fun part. We are going to get into eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, what I'm going to be trying out today is the Natasha Denona Camel Palette. So that's what the packaging looks like, and I'm so excited to use this. I've actually surprisingly never tried Natasha Denona shadows, so yes, very excited for this. These are the shades. As you can see, I've kind of already swatched a couple, but I have not used them at all. So super excited about that. I'm just going to be diving in with a variety of my brushes. We're gonna do a I say pretty natural, but honestly, who knows? I'm gonna probably use all of these shades, I would say. So yeah, I'm going to go in with this middle shade right here, which is the lightest one, and just put it all over for a transition shade. I've put the transition shade, that middle color, just in on both eyes. I'm gonna put the fluffy brush away and go in with something a little smaller, like this one. This is the MAC 286. Just kind of a more like tapered brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade that's pretty similar but a little darker, this one right here, and just put that in the crease, but a little more concentrated than what we were doing with the other shade. So you can kind of see the more concentrated look there. Now we are going to go in with the darkest shade. Actually, first I'm going to go in and put this shimmery brown right here all over my lid. Now that we have that done, we are going to go in with a skinnier brush. I'm going to be using the Sigma Small Tapered Blending E45 that just looks like this. And I'm going to go in with the darkest shade in the palette, which is this dark brown right here, and put that in the outer corner. So just making a small V shape right there. I think we're good as far as that goes. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly take a blending brush that had no product on it that we have not used yet. This is the Sigma E40, and I'm just going to go in with that lightest shade here in the middle that we originally started with, and just kind of blend everything out up top and kind of work that back in if it got covered up with any other shades. Okay, so I think that is pretty good. I'm going to go in with this really light shade and put that right in the inner corner. And then I'm going to take the darkest shade right here and kind of stamp that underneath the eye. Then I'm going to go in with a little pencil brush like this one and grab the end shade right here, tap off the excess, and just blend that out right under the eye. Okay guys, so that is the finished eye look. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I will be right back. So yeah, we are done with the eyes and first impressions for the Natasha Denona palette. Obviously, like I said, this was my first time using her shadows, and I do have to say I am impressed. I think that they're really good. I really liked them. They're really creamy. They blended very easily, obviously really pigmented, and I do appreciate this neutral palette right here that she has come out with, because in the past all of her palettes have kind of been like bright or like some sort of color, like purple themed, green themed, that sort of thing. So I can appreciate that she just went ahead and came out with an all neutral palette. I do appreciate that, and I really think that if you haven't tried Natasha Denona shadows, and if you want to, this palette is a good one to grab because it's simple. You can travel with it. It's really small and compact, and it is obviously your cheapest option when it comes to Natasha Denona shadows. So I do recommend those. I think that they're really beautiful and anybody can work with them. So now we're going to move on to other things. Basically what we're going to do now is apply false lashes. So first, before I do that, I am going to apply a very quick coat of mascara. This is just the Hourglass New Caution mascara. I will say right off the bat, I really like this. If you're looking for a new mascara, this one seems really nice so far. It's super easy to apply, not too wet, not too dry. I really like the wand of this mascara. It's really nice and thin. It's not gonna clump up your lashes at all. I really like this mascara. This might have to replace one of my tried and true Roller Lash in Better Than Sex. Really nice. Okay, so right now we are going to try out the lashes. These are the House of Lashes for Sephora, and these are in the Sophia. Yeah, I'm just going to apply these, and I'm going to use the help of my tweezers here, and I also have Duo Lash Glue, of course. So we have one lash on. Now we are going to go in with the second one. Okay, so now that we have the lashes on, they're a little frustrating in the inner corners. I'm not really sure if it's just the lashes, but we're gonna put some liquid liner on and see if that can help the situation or make it worse. So I'm going to be using I picked up this Kat Von D Tattoo Liner Duo. I'm going to try the Dagger one. I've never tried that one before, so we're gonna see how that does. It's waterproof, obviously in black. Apparently this one is supposed to have a different tip that helps you get like a better wing or something like that. So we are going to go ahead and try this. So yeah, it's really allowing me to get that super thin tip or line right in the center, which I really appreciate since we have such like huge lashes going on. So I feel like I was able to get a thin line, which is really nice. That's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, we're not gonna do any sort of like wing or anything like that. Okay guys, so now that the kind of fun stuff, or I don't know, hard stuff, lengthy stuff is done, we can kind of go in with some fun stuff, which is bronzer, blush, highlight, and lips. First I'm gonna do bronzer. This is not a new product, but it's something that I had never tried before, which is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. So they have the white one that's like Tantastic, that's kind of like their summery version, but it seemed a little too light for my skin, so I went ahead and just picked up the classic black one. So yeah, this thing is gigantic. So far it looks great. And just kind of take that fluffier end of that brush and buff it out up there at the top, because we're not gonna do a super chiseled contour. We're just going to kind of do like half of a bronzer look and half contour. So because we have so much going on with the eyes, I think that is our best bet. Okay, so now that we have bronzer done, I really like that bronzer. It's one that I would say you could use for every single day. That bronzer is perfect if you have a similar skin tone to me. If you have a lighter skin tone, then maybe the white one, the Tantastic Omega bronzer, would be good for you. Now moving on, we are going to go in with blush. I'm going to be trying the NARS blush in Dolce Vita. I've tried many NARS blushes before, but this is just a new shade for me. It looked really pretty. Of course, NARS packaging, so I wanted to give it a try, and I'm just going to be applying this with my Sonia Kashuk stippling brush that I use for blush. Just gonna dab it in there a couple times and put it right on the apples of the cheeks. So far, really pigmented. So you only need a little bit, which is nice because, you know, you don't have to waste a lot of product. So this is gonna last you a long time. Okay, looking good. That is good for blush. Now we are going to go in with highlight, which I'm super excited about this product. This is the Jouer Rose Quartz highlight. So this was described as a pink highlight, which I really don't have many of. A lot of the ones I have are kind of champagne or golden or kind of like a rose gold coppery color. So I was really excited to try this one out. It is really, really pretty right off the bat. So with this, I'm just going to go in with my Sigma F35. This is the tapered highlighter brush. Just going to take a little bit of this and place that right on our cheekbones, and automatically I am loving this. It is just absolutely gorgeous. It's not overpowering, which I kind of like. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. It goes on so smooth. It's not chalky at all, not too glittery or chunky or anything. It's beautiful. And now lastly, for lip products, I know this is probably a long video, so I'm trying to speed it up here, but yeah, so the two products that I got for lips, one I'm not sure about because I did go ahead and open up the color just to see what it looks like. This is the Kat Von D Studded Lips Cream Lipstick in the new color Noble. And honestly, it's a lot more pink than I thought it was going to be, and I'm not really sure if that goes with this look. Of course, we will put it on, but we might end up having to take it right off. Then again, on the lips, it could just look like a beautiful nude. We'll see. Yeah, so here's what it looks like. It's actually not too bad. I'm usually not a fan at all of any sort of pink lip on me. I just think that they tend to wash me out or make me look kind of strange. But actually, this one's pretty flattering. It's not like an in-your-face Barbie pink. And it is a very creamy lipstick, so I'm really liking this so far. Anyone that knows me knows I love my lip glosses, so I did pick up a lip gloss. This is the Anastasia lip gloss in Freya. I'm just going to apply this right all over top of that lip gloss. It kind of has a pink iridescent feel to it as well, so I think it'll go quite nicely. So wow, I actually think that turned out really nicely. I was very worried about how that pinkish lipstick would look on my lips with this kind of look that we have going on. But actually with the blush and the highlight and everything, it kind of has a pinky but neutral kind of smoky eyes vibe. And I actually think it turned out pretty cute. So yeah, that is the whole look, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna take my headband off and I will be right back. So guys, here is the finished look. I'm loving, loving, loving these lips. I think it turned out really, really pretty. Like I said, not usually a pink lip person, but these look gorgeous. So let me know what you guys think. As far as first impressions go, because that was what this video is all about, I think everything I really actually liked. The only thing I wasn't so sure about in the beginning was the foundation and the concealer. But I'm very, 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 very picky with both of those things. But other than that, the lashes are a little uncomfortable in the inner corners, but definitely something that you can get used to. It's not like they're going to be bugging you all day. The lip gloss is absolutely to die for. So smooth. That's one of my favorite things in this haul, is that lip gloss. Another one of my favorites is this highlighter by Jouer. Really, really pretty highlighter. Everything actually was kind of a hit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys found some products that you might want to try out from watching this video, and maybe ones that you had been wondering about that now you know kind of how they work in action. So yeah, if you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you are not already, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye guys.